DreAllDay.com.
Kiku says, someone asks, who do you try to play like? He says he remembers me speaking about somebody asking me, who do I try to play like? And I say I try to play like myself and incorporate parts of other people's games as opposed to trying to play like another person like Kobe Bryant. And he says that he started to think the same way and incorporate parts of other people's games instead of trying to play completely like them, and it's helped this game a lot. So I'm glad you followed that advice, and yes, it's a good thing to think, and it definitely helps, so I'm glad that worked for you. Thanks for coming through with the comment. The Prototype says, the teams I play for professionally provide me with meals, etc. Yes, when you play overseas, usually you do get meals. It's worked out in some way, shape, or form. So yes, thanks for the question. Lil Chris 743 says, how do you find your go-to moves and how can you see what works and what doesn't work? You see what works and what doesn't work by going into a game, trying it, and seeing if it works. That's the only way. So anytime you come up with a new move and you're practicing by yourself, you need to go play against somebody that doesn't know what you're going to do. Try that stuff out that you've been practicing, see what works, what doesn't work, what you need to change, or what have you. That's the only way that you're going to get it. Trial and error. Sarajevo Sunshine. He says, do I ever have any problems with tattoos on or off the court? No, I never had any problems with tattoos. I don't know exactly what you mean, but no issues with tattoos. Juneboy 2004. He says, how do I schedule my practices? For instance, do I do shooting on one day, dribbling on another day, jumping on another day, weights on another day? I've answered this question in many different forms, probably 100 times in the last 6 months. If you want to know my training schedule, the only way you know my training schedule is to hire a private investigator and have them follow me around into the gym. Besides that, find your own training schedule. I have 200 vids posted on YouTube. Everything posted on those vids on YouTube is stuff that I actually do when I'm working out. So if you watch every single one of them, study them and memorize them, then you'll know exactly what I'm doing when I'm working out. So that's the answer to your question. Thanks for asking. Raptors fan, this is Travis from Alberta, Canada. He says sometimes he gets bored when he's lifting weights. Is there anything he can do to make it fun? And Juneboy responded to that. He said, if you're getting bored, you're probably training according to your strengths, so you need to push yourself, do something that makes you work a little bit harder, which is a good answer. You need to find something that's going to make you work harder, push yourself to another level so that it doesn't get boring for you. And if you're getting bored while you're doing that workout, then you probably don't have the proper motivation. If you're not motivated, motivation is something that's going to have to come from within you. If you don't have the motivation, then you might be playing the wrong sport. So you need to figure out what it is that's driving you to get in the weight room in the first place. Reassess that and get your mind right before you do it again. Don't waste your time. Malik from the Hardwood. He says, how did I come up with live this summer, die this summer? And his quote is, bosses do boss things. Well, I like your quote. Nice quote. And how I came up with mine, I just came up with it. I mean, that's all there is to it. Arrow Banks. He says, this is Francis from Melbourne, Australia. Shout out to Australia. I've never been to Australia. I want to go to Australia. So shout out to Australia, everybody out there. Everybody that's been there. He was just coming through to say hi. DNA, this is Bob from Toronto. He says, what do I think of his motto? His is, rain or shine, is always game time. He made it after practicing basketball in the rain. Nice job, Bob from Toronto. Whatever works for you. If it works for you, then that's all that matters. That's the only person that got to work for is you, not nobody else. And two people, Game This and the Next Prototype, both asked me, have I ever done a beat test and what was my score? I've never heard of a beat test, so no, I've never done it. And if you do know something about a beat test, you can let me know. Email me and tell me the details or give me a link or something. Jerome from Maryland, he says, how do I feel about my chances of making it to the NBA? I feel good about it. What else you want to know? Thanks for asking the question though, Jerome. Derek Rose says, how do you get that shot blocking and steal ability? Some of it comes naturally for some people, like Chris Paul with getting steals and LeBron James or Josh Smith for blocking shots. It's just a natural ability that some people have that they work on over time to get better at it. Same thing as ball handling ability or shooting ability or passing ability. You get better by practicing. Center G7 says he loves the motto, live this summer, die this summer. Well, I appreciate it, and I appreciate you coming through. That's all the questions for this week. I appreciate everybody coming through, writing me, Y'all know how to get in touch. We're still doing the one fan a day. If you have a question, send an email to Dre@DreAllDay.com. 3 questions or less. Name, age, and location. And I'm going to respond to your question in a future vid called One Fan a Day. Y'all seen the first one that I posted up this week. So that's what we're doing with that. Live this summer or die this summer. Y'all already know what that is. Now everybody, vlog's over. Go work on your fucking game. Is there somebody out there in your town, on your team, in your league that's working on their game right now? You're not working on your game, and when you meet that person, they're gonna beat you because they're putting in work when you're not. So go work on your fucking game. DreAllDay.com. I'll let me.
Actually, hold on. Let's see. Dre's got the ball. Let's see what he does here. Okay, he's fucking cooking him.